Hello, second graders. Welcome to another writing lesson with me, Miss Taylor. I'm very glad you're here. Let's go ahead and get started and see if we are ready to do our best writing. Do we have a pencil, writing packet, and a flat writing surface? If you don't, go ahead and pause the video and get what you need, and then come on back. All right, we're going to pay attention today to capital letters and end marks, like usual. We're going to pay attention to lines and spaces, have neat handwriting, and we're going to pay attention to our spelling. So all the words that are on our paper or that your teacher helps you to spell and kind of shows you on my paper should be spelled correctly. So let's be careful with our spelling. That's a really good habit to look to see, is the word on my paper? Is it on the board or the screen or in my classroom? Then I should try to spell it correctly. All right, our goals for today: carefully form complete sentences. Write neatly and carefully. Alrighty. So today we are going to look at the top of page 15 in our packets. So on page 15, I am looking at the very top. And the first thing I always like to do on the top of my paper is I write my name. And I like to write my name nicely and neatly at the top. I like to give myself a little smile because I've written my name nicely and neatly. All right. So for number 1 and 2, like we usually do, we're going to correct the sentences. We're going to think about, does my sentence have all its parts? Do we have a subject, verb? Does it make complete sense? Do I have a capital letter and an end mark? All right. Let's see. I noticed right away this first one. Let's see. Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's favorite book. Now, you might notice right away that this does not have a capital letter. We need a capital letter. And it does not have an end mark. We need an end mark here. Let's see, what kind of sentence would this be? Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's favorite book. It sounds to me like it's a telling sentence. So it's telling us something, and that means it's a statement. And a statement is a sentence that tells something. It begins with a capital letter and ends with a period. So we're going to put a period at the end. All right, so we've got our capital letter and our end mark. Now let's see, what's our subject? Because every sentence, every complete sentence needs a subject. Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's favorite book. So it sounds like the title of the book is what the sentence is about. And the title of the book is Little Red Riding Hood. So there's something special that we have to do with the title of books. Yeah, we need to capitalize all the first letters of the titles of books. So we're going to capitalize those, Little Red Riding Hood. We're also going to underline it. Sometimes when we're writing about books and we write the title of a book, we can underline it. And that's how people know, you are talking about a title of a book. So Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's favorite book. I noticed one other thing that we need to fix. This word sister has an S on it, but are they talking about more than one sister? Is that why it has an S? No, they're putting this S here because the book belongs to the sister, or it's her favorite book. So we're going to put something called an apostrophe. An apostrophe kind of looks like a little comma that's been scooted up. So that shows that someone owns something or that something belongs to someone. So let's go ahead and make our capital letter at the beginning, trying to make sure our words are sitting nicely on that line. Little Red, do my underline there. Little Red Riding Hood is my, and here's that apostrophe. So again, it kind of looks like a comma that's been pushed up. And when you have an apostrophe S, it means something belongs to someone. So it's the little sister's favorite book. In other words, the favorite belongs to the sister. That's her favorite book. Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's. Now I've run out of room. So sometimes what I like to do is just draw a little extra line underneath when I run out of space. And if you want to, you could use a ruler to draw a straight line. I know when I was younger, I had a real challenging time drawing straight lines. So Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's favorite. The word favorite, how I remember that, it looks like favorite book. And then there's our period. One other thing we're going to do is underline the title of the book. Whoops, there we go. So we're going to underline our title. Little Red Riding Hood is my sister's favorite book. Got my capital letter, got my end mark. There's my little apostrophe that shows that the book belongs to my sister, or that it's her favorite. And I've got capital letters for each letter of the title. Little Red Riding Hood. I think I'm ready to check, give myself a check mark. I'm going to check it before I check. Moving on to number 2. Didn't it rain last Sunday? Did it? All right. It looks like we need a capital letter and an end mark. Didn't it rain last Sunday? That sounds like it's an asking sentence. And if it's a question that asks, if it's a sentence that asks something, it's called a question. And a question begins with a capital letter and ends with a question mark. And there's our question mark. It's kind of curvy at the top. And then there's a little straight line down. All right. And with this sentence, let's see, didn't it rain last Sunday? So this word didn't is also going to use an apostrophe, kind of like we've used over here. Except with this word, it's a little different. This is called a contraction. And a contraction is when we kind of squish two little words together. And then I like to think of it as if you have the word, so right now this is the word do plus, oops, that's not right, not do not, it's did not, isn't it? Let me get my little magic eraser. It's actually a little whiteout tape. All right, so it's not do not, it's did not, isn't it? Oops, there. So we have the word did plus the word not, and we squish them together, didn't. And then I'd like to imagine that this little O pops out the top. So it's sort of like a math equation. Did plus not equals didn't. And that's what that looks like. So we need an apostrophe, just like we did up here, but it's kind of for a different reason. This is when we have two little words that are squished together. That's called a contraction. And I like to think of this little apostrophe as the part of the O that's left, or kind of the that little sound that it makes as it goes. So we need a capital D. And this is how we spell the word didn't. And I'm going to circle my apostrophe to make sure I have it there. Didn't it rain last? And then this word Sunday needs a capital letter. It's the name of a day. And that is called a proper noun. Didn't it rain last Sunday? Question mark. All right, let's see. Do I have my capital letter? Check. My end mark? Let's see. Didn't it rain last Sunday? Does that make complete sense? Didn't it rain last Sunday? All right. I'm going to give myself a check mark. Nice job. All righty. Moving on to number 3. Now, number 3 says circle the words that tell about the dragon. What they're looking for here is words that tell about the dragon. And words that tell about things are called adjectives. And adjectives describe nouns. In other words, they tell more about nouns. And nouns are people, places, things, or ideas. So adjectives tell what kind, how many, or whose. We also have 3 teeny tiny article adjectives, a, an, and the. These are these little teeny tiny article adjectives. So those also tell about nouns because I see one here, the. And the word the, it sort of tells us how many, doesn't it? If it says the huge green dragon, we know they're talking about one dragon. Ooh, what kind of dragon was it? It was huge. I'm going to circle that word. That's an adjective. That's telling about the dragon. That's describing the dragon. Ooh, what color? It was green. And that kind of also tells us what kind. So what kind of dragon was it? It was a huge dragon. It was a green dragon. And this word the tells us that there was one of them. All right, so those are the words that describe the dragon. The, huge, green, all of these words are describing the dragon. So sometimes we can even draw arrows to show that it's describing the dragon. All right. I'm going to let you finish number 4 and 5 on your own, but I'm going to give you a couple of clues here. For number 4, it says circle the words that go together. Now, usually in our daily language review, when they give us 4 words and they ask us to circle the words that go together, usually there's 3 words that go together and one of them that doesn't quite fit. So I'd like you to think about which word doesn't quite fit. Cake, presents, monkeys, candles. I see 3 words that go together and they kind of make me think of this. This is kind of what I'm thinking of. Happy birthday to you. Okay, so you're going to think about 3 of these words go together. One of them doesn't quite fit. So you're going to circle the 3 words that go together. And then the last one, number 5, says write 2 words in the ish family. Ooh, I wish you a happy birthday. So what this means is some words that end with the sound ish. For example, wish, dish, fish. All right, so you're going to write 2 words in the ish family. You're going to take a picture of your work, submit it in Google Classroom so your teachers can see your fabulous writing work. Nice job, second graders. Have a lovely rest of your day.